this is brand new news to me. Um, did you know that if you are facing deportation, you could hide out in a church for 2 years? For years. And actually, in researching the story here, it's not just churches, it's a whole heap of places. Yep. Church, schools,
Salvation Army,
all kinds of places. So, all right. So now the story. This Jamaican couple, Anita and Clive Thompson, probably Trelawney them come from. But anyway, so their situation now. They've lived in the U.S. for 14 years. They came here claiming asylum. Talking about gang violence. I don't know exactly where them come from. Out from a Spanish town or someplace, where they weren't. no offense, Tex. But anyway.
Well, wicked one.
So they came here claiming asylum 14 years ago, and it was denied 14 years ago, but they were able to live and work here and raise 7 kids here over the course of 14 years, and they have to apply to get it renewed every year. So they weren't here illegally. Their process was extended annually, right? So you kind of living in limbo that whole time. I think the lady worked as a nurse assistant. The man is a machine operator, and once Trump come into office now, they're changing all immigration things. So she said one day they just get a deportation notice and say they have 4 days to leave. Imagine living here for 14 years, have 7 children, some of the kids born here, I know you just have to get up and leave. And so she contacted somebody from some organization, and they basically said churches offer sanctuary. So they have been in a church in Philadelphia for 2 whole years. First of all, did y'all know that was possible? That you could find sanctuary in a church for 2 years?
Yep.
You knew that?
I didn't know.
I learned that from CNN International when this Trump situation and start, when then people try to come across the border.
Mm.
When they try to send home people, what them call them, the children. When people are coming out, children here.
Anchor babies.
Yeah, anchor babies.
That's not anchor babies when they're born here.
Yeah, when they're born here, the parents come here and have children here. That children here is the anchor baby.
That's anchor baby. Yeah.
Yeah, but the parents.
I hate that term, by the way, anchor baby. They're just children.
The parents was getting sent back at that time in time Trump first changed the rules. So enough of them did the Mexican them did I got enough of Mexican church them. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Enough of Mexican them are some big old warehouse they have for church right now. Remember tell us.
Yeah. So my thing is like, where do they stay? I mean, most churches have showers and all that.
Yeah.
I've never.
Yes,
done.
They do.
They do. Okay. I mean,
but the way I found out was not as elaborate as Mr. World over there. I learned it from reading Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Sanctuary.
It happened in that?
Sanctuary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a good thing, but I guess we can get a couple of Jamaican church, some big old warehouse. Yeah.
I wonder if old Steen would work with it.
No.
What? Please.
No.
It turned big, man. Me could have the downstairs and he asked me.
Rocket used to play there, so they must have a nice locker room.
It would depend on a donation.
No. He don't need donation. He got PPP loans now.
I mean, now give 10%,
Hey, And allow me, Bridget, Joe.
Your Bridget. I mean, want a PPP loan too.
My Bridget, man.
Me sure that Joe need one. Joe never need one.
Anyway, that's another subject. But
Joe, next week topic, tell me about your Bridget, Joe. We never need one. Joe never need one, brother.
It's the employees of the church, anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you brought the PPP. Yes, I believe that the way that program was worked was terrible. If it is for small business, make only small business be capable of applying for it, period. Full stop. So when you hear these big, like the Lakers got the PPP loan, yeah, the system allowed it. They should have allowed it. But if they allow it, then so you know what I mean? But I mean, how about this? So the way this, so after the 2 years now of fighting there, of basically hiding out in the church, for 2 years, I guess ICE eventually dropped the deportation case, which that's now they're able to leave the church and resume normal life. I think one of the daughters, who is a U.S. citizen, was basically kind of able to file for them, so they don't have that hanging over their head anymore. But about asylum in general, what y'all think about the asylum? Look, life hard all about the place. So, do you agree that people facing all sorts of conditions, whether it be economic hardship or whatever, should be able to come and say, life hard, I want to come in your country, and then you let them in? What do you think about the asylum case in general? Talk to the people.
I definitely think it's a good thing, but what I really want to look at is, okay, in this situation where these people were basically law-abiding citizens, went to work, had kids, didn't break any rules. Why did it take 2 years in order for them to look at the situation and say, look, okay, this shouldn't apply to them? When you have people out here that's breaking laws all day long, and you see them, on the street corner every day. I mean, there's certain situations where I drive by here in Houston, Texas, and I know wrong shit going down, and ain't nobody bothering them. But these law-abiding citizens or whatever that try to do the right thing have to actually go to this extreme in order to, get their things, get stuff straight. I mean, and hold on, I'm breaking.
What?
Yeah, asylum is definitely a good thing. But the question I have is, what if these people actually were doing wrong? Is it up to the church to say, okay, we're going to grant you sanctuary or not, or whatever the venue is that they're staying in, or how does that work?
Good question. It's a damn good question.
Yeah, actually, this just popped into my mind about church. So, husband and wife living in church, things have to go on, right? So, in the church.
What do you mean? They're married. No, they're married. They can do what they want for the.
Yeah,
in the church.
No,
you know
but
what
you know what? I don't know if they're married.
They're married, man.
Nah.
No, in the Bible, you say you can't do them the things there in the church.
No, but in the church.
But you never said that in the Bible. You ever seen anywhere in the Bible?
So hold on. So on the pew, or them do it on the pew or what?
Come on, man.
Nah, man, they
even
had
though
houses set up for people, man.
Even though no, is an interesting status. I think about for do up on the pew, my youth. What kind of thing are going on in your mind, my youth?
Jesus Christ. The man said, do good. Right
up in the choir stand.
Me know say some
I have nothing to do with
people
this
talk from their
Hey.
mind.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Me
Maybe
not
no
gonna
one-
act like
Me no want God beat me. I go and keep my mouth shut. You know.
Yeah, I ain't in this.
act like I
these
will for
are
people.
very important questions.
I will for people who go
Yo,
to church, you know.
2
Me know say them
years.
fantasize about, you know. Me know them fantasize
Yeah.
about at least one time. Yeah, I got church
2 years,
you think about
lock
it
up
one
in the
time.
church.
Especially, nah.
Guarantee. Anita and Clyde fucking at the church. You know what I'm saying?
What? Right.
Well, they did have 7 kids, so.
Exactly. Hey, you think you're going to hold on, just wait till the deportation process finish and just hold it down, man.
All right.
Anyway.
Getting back to my question. What if they actually did something wrong?
Yeah, that's a
What
good
if they
question
did
though,
some-
because
What if they did something like what would the church do?
Yeah.
It's gonna ball up in place, you know?
Yeah. Or if somebody committed murder.
Yeah, I think the church would kick them out. I mean, it's on the church at that point.
Okay.
So I'm sure the church mandates that you have to be a certain kind of person, right? You can't. Yes, you. So I believe that would be on the church to then say, no, we will not allow you sanctuary in this place because of what we know about you, right? That's what I think would happen. You know what I mean?